Hello there, my name is Addy Stuff, and I'm going to give you an eager introduction to the plot I've made. There will be timestamps to skip ahead if you're so eager to see the plot. I am the owner and builder of the plot that you're about to be shown. The plot in question focuses around a city called Brookwich upon Stowe, or Brookwich for short, but call it that, and a few outer belt towns such as Snobsbury. Before I continue, I would like to mention I have a YouTube channel called Addy Stuff Productions, so watch that if you want to see more of my works. I would also like to thank RCC for making this possible, as I was so happy when Logic told me he'd like the plot to be on RCC in the first place. I agreed, so my brilliant plot would have more reach on the grand audience they have compared to my measly 160 subscribers. The city and plot as a whole has many characteristics which define its unique design. The city is entirely fictional, of course, but is based on southern British design, with huge chunks of the city being inspired by my hometown, Bristol. However, of course, Lower Orwell Road Station is based on Earl's Court, Sturmouth Lowtown on Portsmouth and Southsea, and Snobsbury Exchange on Wakefield Westgate Station. And let's not forget the entire town of Subury, which is based on Shrewsbury. There are many parts to the plot, each with its own unique lore and history. Brookwich City Centre has the only mall with an actual interior, along with the RCC HQ, etc. South Ferry is the poshest area with Waitrose, High Street, and of course has a harbourside and a horrific colonial past. Snobsbury, in a stark contrast, is the poorest, most deprived area and has walls between it and South Ferry to keep out the roadmen. It also has those really ugly council houses for miles on end. It should be noted the plot isn't complete. This is due to the game's limitations, as I'm on 97% plot data. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. I have many opinions about my plot, if you're wondering. My favourite area is Orwell Road, for example. And that will be all from me. Over to Logic.
Hello. Welcome to another Itty Bitty Railway Showcase. God, it's been a while since we've done one of these. I'm here today on Addy Stuff's plot. I'll put a link to him below. He's made a fantastic build here. It's got a city, it's got some countryside. It's quite good. I will warn you in advance. Near the end it goes a little bit downhill because he's actually reached the plot data limit. Yeah, so don't be too surprised if there's just certain bits where you can see it just stops. But aside from that, I think his plot's great. So let's start the tour. So obviously I've started here outside what is the RCC headquarters here. Thanks for putting us in it, Addy. So a big focus of his map seems to be the buildings more than the trains. There are trains in it, obviously. It's Itty Bitty Railway. But as you'll see as we go on, he's put an awful lot of detail into the buildings and his cityscapes, and he's got a lot of lore behind it. So, example here would be what I believe is an old tram stop, and he's got lots of little things like this. Yeah, tram stop. I'm not going to read all the signs, but I'll show them all so you can pause it and read it if you want. One thing I will say is Addy likes ticket machines a little bit too much. There's always like half a dozen in every station. Another thing you'll see a lot in his plot is the blend between the cityscape and the kind of country element's the wrong word, but like the kind of countryside, like here there's a canal. So he hasn't just done the put half a dozen buildings, call it a city, and you know, jobs are good. He's also got varying station designs, so they always fit the aesthetic of the area, as you'll see more later. So returning now into the city, quite near where we started, because I want to go into the courtyard. So another thing he does, which it might not be so obvious, I can't show all this, so you'll end up missing out on some of it. I'm very sorry. But he likes to make lots of kind of internal buildings rather than just having a few shops and whatnot. So there's something on the inside of most of his buildings, which I think is good, and as well, as much as some things may look odd from the inside, on the outside they make a lot more sense. Here we are in Shrewsbury. There's quite a bit of lore here actually as well. There's like rivalry between towns and stuff, and he likes to be quite imaginative when it comes to what's actually happening in his maps. There's another one of his which I can't showcase yet because it's not finished. I mean, this one isn't either, but this one's now at the data limit, so he can't really do much more to it. But there's always more to it. It's not just a map, it's a story, almost. I'm looking for a particular sign, but I can't find it, so never mind. See, this is one of those areas I was saying before where he's hit the plot data limit, so it's all like half finished. And yet what is finished is still, personally, I think magnificent. Just to shine. So coming back now into Wokewood towards the motorway, you can see he's got little bus areas and everything. So here's more lore, let's see, about the railways, because lots of the stuff he has done as well is all, I mean, a good example's here. This used to be a rail line, and he turned it into like a pedestrianised area, and he's incorporated that when he's then explained the story of the area, rather than just saying, oh yeah, this is this, have a nice day. One thing I do think is a shame is that he hasn't used the design to the best of his ability in some of the underground stations. But I think that's again more of a we'll come to this later thing, which he just hasn't been able to do. So now we're here in Sudbury, if it wasn't obvious. This is one of the stations I like more, truth be told. I think it's got a unique design aesthetic. Because it's not the same on both sides. Although I think he's made a mistake there with one of the trees, but anyway. He's also very good at doing these kind of classical style Victorian buildings with the beams and whatnot. So if we now continue through Brookwood Parkway, no idea what's happened to the station signs there, robots moderation. We will end up at Sudbury Rail Terminal. It was going to be like a tram and everything here, but you know, again, plot data limit. See, here's more about history. You can see over there where he ran out of data. Back over up the canal. It's also good at some of these joke adverts. I think this one's just normal Roblox one, but there are some good custom adverts he's got around the place as well. I mean, you've probably seen them as I've been flying around. One thing I do find with this map is it's extremely easy to get lost. But I think that's as a consequence of it being so big and so dense. And one more thing to show you. If I can find it. Is it this? No, it's not. This used to be a full-blown museum, but again, plot limit. He had to make a few cutbacks. Somewhere over here, there should be. Where is it? No, I can't find it. I kept running into it before, and now I can't. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. There's a big shopping centre, which has food courts. It's got its own station somewhere. This is another one of the courtyard exits. And here you've got one of the train kind of running through the building, which I think is a really nice feature to have. And if we go up and up again, he's even built like a full cinema. And obviously Roblox doesn't allow proper videos, and it won't show when I'm in free cam, but this does play sometimes. And there's another lollipop up here. And this is the second screen, which isn't currently in use. I'll spoil one more lollipop location. Just because it's part of a nice detail in another area. If I can find it again. And if you want a full view of just exactly what he's done here, I think that cuts it quite well.